HBAR's volume right now is up 120% on the 24-hour span. We are sitting pretty at about roughly a $13 billion market cap almost, and it feels as though HBAR is about to create new millionaires leading into 2025. Now, we definitely have a lot to talk about. I'm going to be addressing why Hedera is going to be an absolute massive giant this cycle, but also I want to really kind of provide you guys with a lot of information regarding HBAR's significant growth and why I do think that HBAR definitely is going to be a very big player in this space long term. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, what are you guys waiting for? Join the free Discord down in the description below if you guys haven't already. Over 8,000 plus members, only growing day by day. A ton of great value in there. So guys, join it. You won't regret it. Now, with that in mind, let's address HBAR. So we are up significantly in terms of volume. In the last month, we're up almost 600%. The last year, we're still up over 400%. And if we look at the all-time chart, we are not too far off when it comes to the all-time high. I mean, we just wicked to about 39 cents, almost 40 cents. And the all-time high up here is about 57 cents. We are not too far off at all. I do believe that a new all-time high for HBAR is coming. And I also think that once we go into price discovery, a lot of people are going to be very surprised by what HBAR does. Now, if we're talking about market cap, yes, obviously HBAR's at a new, high when it comes to this. We're in price discovery already, market cap wise. I mean, if we go all the way back to roughly, 2021's all-time high for the market cap, it was 6.7 billion. We're already trading at about roughly almost 13 billion. So yes, we are in price discovery when we are talking about market cap. I am watching price action to actually do the same exact thing. But as we look at Hedera, I do think that this one is on its way to the top 10. Right now, we're sitting at number 18. The top 10 is sitting at about roughly almost $28 billion. And like I said, HBAR currently almost at 13 billion. So we will most likely double in value from here, going into price discovery, breaking to a new all-time high price-wise, if we were to go to the top 10, which I do believe that Hedera is on its way to. And let's talk about why. Let's address this new update from Hedera. This is actually a huge one. And we have Crypto Autos, the world's first crypto automotive marketplace, has officially integrated with Hedera, disrupting the $4.1 trillion car industry. This unlocks new possibilities for secure, fast, and efficient transactions in the automotive world. Explore a smarter way to buy and sell vehicles. And we know that Hedera is one of the best networks in this space to transact on. The fees are extremely low. The finality is very fast. And, like I said, when it comes to Hedera, there is a very, very incredible experience whenever you are transacting on the network. I've done it many, many times through NFTs, through sending and receiving, currencies. I mean, this is one of the best networks out there for transactions, and that's not me being biased. That's just me being completely honest with you. And if we go over here, we have on this historic day for the Crypto Autos team, we're proud to announce another major milestone. Hedera is now fully integrated into the Crypto Autos platform. This strategic integration means you can benefit from zero or near zero transaction fees, secure instant settlements, enterprise-grade network reliability. This integration expands our ecosystem reach while providing the Hedera community direct access to our luxury automotive marketplace. And when we're talking about this project, I mean, guys, they have 360,000 followers. Just for reference, Hedera has 380,000 followers. So this is massive exposure for Hedera, and it's definitely a very exciting time as well. And these integrations, these expansions are very, very solid for Hedera and for the network growth and activity. Now, on top of this, the GBBC, Global Blockchain Business Council, the 8th annual Blockchain Central Davos is happening January 20th through the 21st in Davos. Join leaders from blockchain, digital assets, and government to discuss the most pressing challenges and opportunities in our space. And when we're looking at some of the speakers here, some very solid players from major universities, from governments out there. Very exciting stuff. Now, on top of this, right, if we go over here, look at the names that are going to be there in terms of the supporters. Some pretty big names, right? Ripple, Hedera, Zodiac Custody, Polymesh. We even have, Ava Labs. What's funny about this is I have been seeing a lot of connections between Ripple and Hedera lately, and it definitely has me thinking about potential collaborations and partnerships in the future. I do think that there is going to be some very big, announcements coming soon between these two. It makes sense, right? You have Archix, you have the GBBC. There's a lot of other connections as well that I can mention. I'm very excited to see what these two do together if we are going to see a potential partnership. Now, on top of that, I want to go over here because the GBB Council has just launched GSMI 5.0, a comprehensive effort to map and analyze the blockchain and digital asset ecosystem. This will actually help scale enterprise development in AI, supply chain sustainability, digital identity, and DeFi on Hedera and beyond. Through GSMI 5.0, we are helping GBBC establish the industry standards that will enable the mainstream enterprise adoption of Web3. Standards and taxonomies are essential to a flourishing ecosystem, enabling interoperability across protocols, regulation, and also compounded development efforts. We are proud to have helped author GSMI 5.0 with co-chairs, and we have some very big players here. I mean, guys, UPS is on here, FedEx. I mean, there's a massive amount of big players on here, right? Central banks, securities and exchange regulators. I mean, this is wild. And when we look at the mapping here, this is a full breakdown of basically everything around, the blockchain space, the digital asset space, the DLT space. Now, on top of this, I want to go over here because I don't think that enough people know how big the GBBC is. And for Hedera to actually be tied to this, it's crazy. Guys, they have over 500 institutional members, 301 ambassadors across 117 jurisdictions and disciplines. And when we think about, some of the names that are tied back to the GBBC, it's crazy. And by the way, they have some very significant members tied to a lot of these organizations that they're already, pushing forward. If you wanted to actually look at some of the memberships here, like if we go over here to memberships and we go to the actual members, I'm telling you guys right now, I don't know why this isn't loading before it has, but it looks as though they kind of removed this. It's interesting. But regardless, right, they did have a full list of major players. Some of them, right, for an example, you already have UPS and FedEx here. They were two big ones, but they also had a ton of other great names like major banks, central banks, etc. So, definitely focus on the GBBC because they are pushing forward the adoption of blockchain and even digital assets within everyday life. So this is a big one. Now, on top of this, let's go over here to the price chart of HBAR because I want to quickly say something. So ever since we had that nice pump back in the beginning of December, right? December 2nd to be specific, we have been chopping here. We've just been kind of ranging. Now, this is on the 4-hour chart, right? After having a big move to the upside. The thing that I'm watching currently for HBAR, as volume is starting to really kind of increase, I want to actually see us break over this high over here, which is roughly 39 cents. Right now, we are creating a little bit of a lower high. We hit about roughly 37, almost 38 cents before we kind of sold off. But again, we're, currently trading against this trend line. We want to actually have a big break above this trend line, get a nice close on the 4-hour above it, tap this 39 cent level, possibly retest the trend line around 36.5 cents roughly before continuing to the upside. But right now, we have to be a little bit patient. We have to be calm. We have to make sure that we are watching this closely because this is going to be the big signal of a much larger breakout for HBAR, going to a new all-time high, going into price discovery, and essentially shocking everyone. Now, the big thing is everyone wants to know, what is my 2025 prediction for HBAR? I'm really kind of just looking for $1 to $2. Now, if we're talking about max moon boy, targets, $2 to $4 is possible for HBAR. But 1 to 2 feels pretty good to me. I would be very happy with that as well. But outside of the overall price chart, outside of the GBBC, and outside of, even some of these new integrations, let's talk about the growth of the network, right? Which is over here from HBAR wallet. Unique users accessing dapps in the Hedera ecosystem are up 1,000% over the past month alone. As HBAR continues to make a lot of noise on the price charts, right? It is providing a on-ramp to the network for the retail sector. And I do think that a lot of eyes are on HBAR right now as it does continue, to move. And even on the last month, right, almost up 600%. A lot of people are now paying attention. A lot of people are now realizing, all right, HBAR is becoming a big player in this space. I need to focus on this. I need to be aware of what Hedera is doing. So that's why we're starting to see a lot of these unique users accessing the Hedera ecosystem. And what are they realizing? Well, they are realizing that Hedera is extremely efficient to transact on. It is very smooth. It's very cheap. And they're seeing how incredible of an experience it is versus Ethereum, versus Solana, versus all of these other networks. And this is also providing DeFi on Hedera with a very significant push. $2 billion in total volume on Hedera, just getting started. And yes, SushiSwap is 100% correct here. It is just getting started. This was December 5th. Okay? Guys, we're over $2 billion, but almost $59 million in trading volume has been added in just the last 2 days alone. TVL has been going absolutely parabolic on Hedera as well. Look at this overall chart. We're sitting at about $363 million. When we go back over here to chains, for an example, okay, we are starting to push up the list. We're now at number 34. Guys, if this continues, we're about to flip Algorand. And after that, right, to get to 500 million pushes us up the list to 26. And I don't think that we stop there. I think that we just continue. The big moment, in my opinion, is going to be flipping some of these other big players like Cardano, for an example, at almost $1 billion. Now, you might be saying, Nick, you're crazy if you think that it's going to flip Cardano. In fact, I actually think that we do it a lot sooner than most people realize. And the reason why I say this is because when we think about how much attention Hedera is getting right now, and if we're thinking about how smooth the overall ecosystem is to, transact within, I do think that DeFi is about to, significantly scale on Hedera, especially when we think about the names like the GBBC, for an example, that are starting to scale DeFi on Hedera, as we do see here. Now, on top of this, right, I've been putting a big spotlight on Bonzo Finance. Let's go and look back at this, right? Back at the end of October, we were sitting at about almost $3 million on Bonzo Finance in terms of TVL. We are now coming up on almost $30 million on Bonzo Finance. And it has quickly, rose to the top 3 spot in terms of TVL. And I do think that this is going to continue. And the reason why is because lending and borrowing is a very significant piece of the DeFi ecosystem. In fact, it's number 2 in terms of the largest category by TVL around DeFi in general. And I do think that on Hedera, lending and borrowing is very efficient. Outside of that, SushiSwap, guys, we are now at the crucial level. We are now retesting those highs back in March of 2024. I do think that TVL on SushiSwap is about to surge in a very big way. This is why I keep telling you guys, pay attention to what Hedera is doing. The growth is just insane. And it's only just beginning. Just wait until HBAR goes into price discovery on the chart for the price action. Not just the market cap, but the price chart. And I do think that this is going to happen. Hedera needs to be focused on. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.